Hi students, I am Dr. Sangeetha, Professor of Life Sciences, Indian Academy Degree College. Today, let us learn about biodiversity and its importance. Now, when you see the word biodiversity, you can split the word into two, bio and diversity. Bio refers to life and diversity refers to variety. So, biodiversity simply means variety of life you see on the earth's surface. So, this will comprise of plants, animals, microorganisms, fungi. So, as I told before, biodiversity is a variety and variability of life on earth. So, this encompasses the flora, which refers to the plants, and the fauna, which refers to animals, microorganisms, and the ecosystem they form. Coming to the importance of biodiversity. Biodiversity has its importance in the stability of every ecosystem. So, ecosystem stability and resilience is one of the importance of biodiversity, where diverse ecosystems are stronger and they can recover faster from stress. So, if one species is struggling, the other one can fill the role. The second importance is ecosystem services. When you see around you, you can see there are pollinators. Pollinators like bees, the birds, they are the pollinators for crops. There are microbes for soil health, forest and wetlands for clean water. So they give service for the ecosystem. Climate regulations. Forest and oceans, they take in carbon dioxide. Then diverse ecosystems help buffer against climate extremes, and healthy ecosystems can regulate pests and diseases. So disease control. Genetic resources is one of the importance of biodiversity. So you can see biodiversity is a pool of genetic resources. So that can be very important for disease resistance varieties and adapting to changing environmental conditions. Resources for humans. So when you see the plants and animals, you get many of the drugs, they come from plants, animals and microbes. Then genetic diversity in crops, they ensures resistance to new pests and diseases, and it is required for long-term food supply. So they are resources for humans in the form of medicine as well as food. The next importance is nutrient cycling. So when you see the decomposers, as you saw in the food chain, the last one in the food chain, the decomposers, bacteria, fungi, they can recycle nutrients, especially in plant growth in diverse ecosystems. The last importance of biodiversity, they have an economic and cultural value which supports tourism. So bird watching, they have some spiritual significance. Some of the plants are considered as very sacred. So it supports tourism, recreation, spiritual significance, all contributing to human well-being. So biodiversity certainly has great importance, starting with the stability of ecosystem, the services for ecosystem like food and water, climate regulation, disease control. They are the genetic resources for humans in the form of medicine, food. It helps in nutrient cycling, and it has certainly got economic and cultural value. Coming to the types of biodiversity, there are three types of biodiversity. The first one is called as species diversity, the second genetic diversity, and the third one is ecological diversity. So from the term species diversity, so something related to diversity in the species. So it definitely tells the variety of different species you find in a specific area. That is called as species diversity. The second one is genetic diversity, where variation within the species, including differences in the genes, traits and adaptations, contribute to genetic diversity. And the last one tells about the variety of ecosystem, the different habitats. The diversity of different ecosystems in a region is called as ecosystem diversity. So there is species diversity, genetic diversity and ecosystem diversity. So variety in the species, variety in the genes and variety in ecosystems. So you can see this picture here. The first one tells about diversity of species, that's species diversity, variety of species given in a given area. The second one is ecosystem diversity. You can see different varieties of habitats, be it a terrestrial ecosystem or an aquatic ecosystem, and the communities. And the third one is a genetic diversity, variety of genetic makeup within a species. You can see in the picture which is given below. The next topic is biodiversity hotspots. So what refers to hotspots in biodiversity? Hotspots are those areas which will have high species richness as well as endemism. Endemism refers to nativeness, or some animals or plants belonging to a particular area is called as endemic. So areas which shows high species richness as well as endemism are called as hotspots of biodiversity. Now, this is a geographic region which is usually under threat from humans. It has a significant reservoir of biodiversity. Now, when you see around the world, there are almost 36 biodiversity hotspots that have lost at least 70% of its original habitat. And they have lost this habitat due to human activities. In India, there are 4 biodiversity hotspots. 2 hotspots India is sharing with other regions, other countries. The first biodiversity hotspot is the Western Ghats. These are the hills which are present along the western edge of peninsular India. The second biodiversity hotspot in India is the Eastern Himalayas. So this region has Bhutan, Northeast India, and southern, central, and eastern Nepal. The third biodiversity hotspot is Indo-Burma, which has numerous countries in it, including Northeast India, Myanmar, China's part, then Democratic Republic, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. The last one, the fourth one, biodiversity hotspot is Sundaland. This region lies in Southeast Asia and includes Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, and Malaysia. So the Nicobar Islands will represent the India region. So there are 4 biodiversity hotspots in India which is rich in flora and fauna, plants and animals. You see variety of life in these biodiversity hotspots. So India has major concern at 2 of the 4 biodiversity hotspots which I have mentioned earlier. They are the Eastern Himalayas and Western Ghats, and major threats to this biodiversity is cutting down of the forest region, converting it into agriculture lands and other plantations. So habitat destruction is happening at a lot. Coming to the threats to biodiversity, so whatever activities that will negatively impact the variety of life means the plants, animals, ecosystem, microbes, fungi, everything comes as threats to biodiversity. Because of these threats, the species can get extinct, or there can be a decline in the species, there can be degradation of ecosystem, and it will harm human well-being. So human activities in turn can harm us a lot. Now, what are the threats to biodiversity? The first major threat to biodiversity is habitat destruction. So it is mainly due to human activities. So due to industrialization, due to urbanization, we are cutting down forest areas, we are cutting down the natural habitats of plants and animals and destroying them and fragmenting these natural habitats. So when it is lost, when their natural habitat is lost, the species are not able to find food, shelter or mates. So this can lead to reduced population, and also it can lead to extinction. So deforestation, urbanization, agriculture and infrastructure development can lead to habitat destruction. The second threat to biodiversity is climate change. So climate change can alter migration patterns, food availability of certain species. So extreme weather conditions or shifting seasons, the rising temperature, it is due to the climate change, and it affects ecosystem and the distribution of species. So sometimes there is a shift in the population, reduced diversity, and finally can lead to extinction. The third major threat to biodiversity, one of the important threats to biodiversity is pollution. So, pollution, as you know, from chemicals, it can be from air. So, air, water pollutions can mainly affect the ecosystems and the organisms living in them. So, the terrestrial ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem are mainly affected by water pollution, air pollution, which can poison the water, soil, and air, leading to many problems for the species and contamination of food chains. The next threat to biodiversity is overexploitation. So, anything which is done in excess can lead to the depletion of species and ecosystems. So, there is a drastic decrease in population size if it is overhunting, overfishing, excessive harvesting of resources. It can deplete the population and some of them become endangered or extinct. Another threat to biodiversity is invasive species. So, whichever species are not belonging to the native, it's called as non-native species. Whether they are introduced intentionally or accidentally they come into a place, they can outcompete or prey on or bring diseases to the native species. So, invasive species is a threat to the existing biodiversity in a particular region, because invasive species can they can thrive in new environments because they don't have any natural competitors or predators, and so the native species, they can be a decline or extinction and the ecosystem can be disrupted. So, invasive species or a non-native species, when it is introduced along with the native species will be affected more and they become extinct. Another threat to the biodiversity is disease. So, infectious disease, it can affect the wildlife, animals and plants. Animals are stressed by environmental threats. So, whenever there is a disease outbreak, it will rapidly reduce the population of a particular species. A change in the land use, you are going to convert because of urbanization, industrialization, you are converting your forest, grasslands into agriculture land, urban areas or industrial zones. So, it will alter the landscape. So, land use changes can lead to the loss of large number of ecosystems. So, this can disrupt the route of migration, it can reduce biodiversity, and also because there is loss of food, shelter and mates, animals move into the places occupied by human beings. So, there can be human-animal conflict or human-wildlife conflicts. So, conversion of forest into agriculture land, urban areas can alter the landscape. As I told before, agricultural expansion and practices. So, converting the natural habitats of animals and plants into an agriculture land can harm biodiversity. So, usage of pesticides, fertilizers can affect the soil health. Agricultural expansion can lead to deforestation and habitat loss. So, they can harm all these pesticides, fertilizers, they cause pollution in the environment, they also harm useful insects like bees, it can reduce the soil health. It can also reduce genetic diversity, where monoculture farming can reduce genetic diversity and the crops can become more susceptible to diseases. Deforestation and illegal logging is another threat to the biodiversity. So, clearing of forests for timber, agriculture and development, that will lead to the loss of the natural habitat, because most of the biodiversity of earth, the home is the forest. Forests are home to a significant portion of Earth's biodiversity. So, all these natural habitats are destroyed because of illegal logging and deforestation. So, it destroys the habitats, also contributes to climate changes, because all the carbon dioxide released by the trees will be there. Thank you. We will come up with the conservation methods for biodiversity conservation in the next class.